Hey guys, MC Mura here, and today we're gonna talk about the villain of the week, Mr. Street Fighter Ryu. And recently, as you know, he now just won the China CPT premiere with Ryu, and this started a lot of discussion about this game, and this is a game of kids, and this is a game where the kids can beat the hardened veterans, and all that nonsense. Talk about Ryu, top tier, whatever. I wanted to talk today about two moves specifically for Ryu, and how they brought back a mechanic that was heavily nerfed going into Street Fighter 6. Capcom took it away pretty much, but it have trickled its way back and makes these two moves much more difficult to play around than they need to be. So the two moves I wanted to talk about are Ryu's Solar Plexus and Ryu's Donkey Kick. And let's start first with the Solar Plexus. So Solar Plexus is 20 frame startup, 40 frame total. So it is it's decently with punishable. The move is +6 on hit, meaning that he gets to combo into crouching medium punch. This does give Ryu good damage since the scaling is good on this one as well. So the move is great on hit, but what makes it super powerful as well is that it is great on block. This does like half a bar of drive, and it is +3 on block, so he gets a frame trap pretty much guaranteed into crouching medium punch, so he can chip at your drive gauge, right? This move is really good. The other move, like I said, is the Donkey Kick, which does a pretty good knockdown. If he got the knockdown, he pretty much get like a dungeon charge, which means that the next hit is gonna do massive damage. And if it happened to get blocked, this move does pretty good amount of drive to your chip, or chip to your drive to your chip, oh my god. It does good amount of chip damage, and it's a spacing trap, it's hard to wave punish, so it's really good. What these two moves have in common is obscene proximity block status. And Mura, what is proximity block? Well, here's the thing. Street Fighter 6 is a back to block game. So Viper here, if I'm holding forward, she walks forward. If I'm holding backward, she keeps walking back. But if she collides, if an attack is coming her way, she will transition into a blocking animation. So say that I'm gonna be here, Ryu's gonna throw fireball, she's gonna keep walking until the projectile is near her, so she's gonna transition into a blocking animation. And each move have something called proximity block, the range in which if that box connects with an opponent that's trying to walk back, they will transition into the blocking animation. So for example, if we're Ryu here and we do a Donkey Kick, now with the help of magic, we got the proximity block box. So for example, let's actually turn the game, let's make him do the Donkey Kick, right? And then we'll turn the game into 50% speed and we're gonna show it, right? Let's pause. So you see this gray box? See that's Ryu's heavy Donkey Kick, by the way. You see this gray box? This is a range in where if Viper exists, she will be transitioning into a blocking animation instead of being able to walk back. So if you exist in this range, you pretty much cannot whiff punish this move. If you try to press a button, it will come out. If you let go to neutral, it will come out, but you can't back walk. Walking backward, that is locked away. What makes this move so good? Well, let's start first with the Solar Plexus, right? So say that we're gonna do the thing and then we're gonna play it at 50% speed. See this? Even though this move is 20 frame startup, so it is slow, even though the move haven't come out yet, Viper is transitioning into a blocking stance. This means that for Solar Plexus, effectively, if she exists, this is the start is where Ryu started this move. This is where the max range will connect. If Viper existed within that range, frame 1, she can't walk back, she can't whiff punish. Actually, let's check out a website called Street Fighter 6 Frames, and this website is actually really great. I highly recommend you take a look at it. I will leave a link to it in the pinned comment, so you can see the moves frame by frame. This is Ryu's Solar Plexus strike. We said this move is 20 frame startup, but on the second frame, that box starts immediately. immediately from the second frame. Backwalk is denied. You're unable to escape. This is pretty. Ryu is like a Gengar who activated Shadow Tag. You can't Pokemon switch out. You're in. Now you'll have to deal with my mix. And this is the tip range of the move. Right? So he's gonna step into it. So before he even steps, this is like the max range. So before he even steps, you can't backwalk. Although the moves like we actually get to that hitbox point on frame the max range, the second hit was on frame 24. Although it's on frame 24, you can't move from the second frame. Now, you know what makes this really interesting? Is that it wasn't that way at the start. We didn't start here. The move, this is a mechanic that was actually heavily nerfed. If you take a look, this was a patch. It was the 27th of February for 2024. And they actually implemented this change. The proximity block detection hitbox has been expanded between frames 2 and 18. So it actually didn't start that way. They widened that that proximity block box and made it start on frame 2. This was a common complaint with Street Fighter V, by the way. One of the main ones was M. Bison's and his what was called? Shadow Axe. Psycho Axe? Psycho Axe. So we're making this go frame by frame. See this? Bison, he held down forward. The game haven't even read the down forward heavy punch yet. Yet Bison was so committed to making you stand in place, unable to backwalk, right? So here's the input. See the range? This entire yellow box, if the player 2 was at that range, he can't walk back. So frame 2, even though the move was slow, it's kind of the same deal. You're just denied to walk back. See now the player 2 Bison, the green guy, he transitioned because the box, he entered the box now, he transitioned into a blocking animation, even though the hitbox is not active. We haven't seen red yet. The hitbox isn't active. The hitbox actually whiffed, but this guy was still stuck in blocking animation. This was a heavily criticized mechanic that Capcom took away, but then they added it back with Ryu and with his solar plexus, right? And then we have moves like Donkey Kick, where the proximity block doesn't kick in frame 1 like solar plexus, but check out how far this goes, man. This is like round start jump distance and you already can't backwalk. This is what makes this move really hard to whiff punish. Like it's really hard to backwalk out of it. He's gonna tag you. Now what I found to be really interesting is that it's not only Ryu. Capcom added many characters. It seems like they did a change of policy. One recent example, one character that came out recently was Sagat. And this is something I noticed immediately with Sagat. Yup. See, so he starts at this point, and all of that range, you can't backwalk. This is something I noticed with Sagat as well. Like, and although this move is slow, so a lot of the times when you're fighting Sagat, you'll find that you're unable to backwalk even from this distance, and you will just get tagged low. And this is the move that Sagat players will do like that as well, where like they will drive rush, so you'll find yourself logged into a blocking animation from mad range, unable to backwalk, unable to force this move to whiff. Again, if we take a look at the step kick frame data for Sagat, it's exactly the same deal as Ryu's solar plexus, right? Frame 2, proximity block starts, and although this move will hit on frame 18, right? It's on frame 18 where the hitbox actually triggers, and from frame 2, you can't backwalk. But it's not just Sagat. We also got M. Bison, and one of the moves that M. Bison got, which is obviously his standing heavy punch. He moves forward at mad range, plus on block, super hit confirmable. Again, check this out. From the second frame, the proximity block will trigger. Bison is like a repeat game doing it, right? So the second game in a row, this is pretty much the Psycho Axe of Street Fighter 6. You just can't backwalk. Now, what I find to be really fascinating about these moves is that I know that these moves are, we're talking about 18, 19, 20 frame startup moves, and the game have perfect parries. So I guess their idea is, well, maybe the Viper is just gonna perfect parries this, and if she does, she gets a punish on him, right? Maybe these moves are reactable, we need to give them that. But I don't know, like, because you can see other moves in the game, and that's what makes you think that it's a very intentional choice by Capcom. This, for example, is Sagat's Standing Heavy Punch. Sagat's Standing Heavy Punch, if you don't know, the move have insane range, right? It's pretty much hit confirmable, so if we get the knockdown, right, you can hit confirm into this. And this does have big proximity block range, right? See, this is where we started, this is where we ended, so the box is big. But what makes this move much more manageable than his step kick and Ryu's Hashogeki is, let's check out the frame. This move is 15 frame startup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on frame 10, the proximity block start showing up. So you have 10 frames to walk out of his range. Unlike Bison Standing Heavy Punch, unlike Sagat Step Kick, unlike Solar Plexus, you have 10 frames to walk out of range. And that's why this move is much easier to actually back walk and get a whiff punish on him. Because these 10 frames allow you to get some breathing room, allow you to walk backwards to kind of escape. Where with Step Kick, I'm stuck. I'm just pretty much stuck there. And I just find it to be really weird. Like, I know that these moves are slow. I know that Capcom is doing this for the sake of balancing. But I find that to be not that much fun. Like, I feel like if Solar Plexus, if Step Kick, if Bison's Heavy Punch, these moves don't feel good to play against, because I feel like I'm losing control. When I'm fighting Ryu and he's doing the Solar Plexus, it's 20 frame startup, sure, but my option is perfect parry it or hold the mix. The option of being able to backwalk and make him whiff, that's pretty much gone. That is out of the window. The spacing of the situation is, you have to be out of range. You have to do it at the exact wrong range for you to even be able to have an option against it. Otherwise, if you were in the flying distance from Ryu, you pretty much good got, which doesn't make you feel good. 20 frame startup, that is like third of a second. So a third of a second, I feel stuck and my character is not able to walk back, and my only answer is perfect parry, bruh, or you don't get to deal with it. It's especially bad with Bison, it's especially bad with Ryu. It's a mechanic that, again, wasn't really that prevalent, and there are a lot of moves like that in the game, by the way, like my Standing Heavy Kick. It is with the more recent, I would say with Akuma forward, where they started doing this a lot again, started giving characters these huge proximity block moves that I really hope that Capcom will check out at some point. What are your thoughts? Do you think moves need to have like huge proximity block boxes frame 2? Do you think, do you agree with me that maybe frame 10 or something like Sagat's Heavy Punch is much more manageable? It's gonna make the move still be really good because their properties on hit and on block are amazing, but maybe feel a little bit less frustrating to deal with. I would love to hear your thoughts all about it in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.